Have you been waiting long?
No, it's fine. Dad's been keeping me company.
I was just telling Martha here that I really don't think she should take this job at St. James's.
Dad.
They treat them like glorified skivvies over there. Don't even have decent uniforms, not like the ward volunteers we have here. No, here they have really natty little outfits. Kind of like the, reminds me of those American candy strikers.
What?
I know that working on Darwin might seem like a disadvantage. At least I'd be able to make sure that they're treating you properly.
Are you serious?
Well, I started thinking if you really want to do medicine, then trying it out isn't such a bad thing. It seems as though I'm going to have to fork out for 7 years of med school. Well, you better get a move on. I told them you'd be there.
What, tonight? Oh, I've got this drink soon.
Well, then you'll have to make the choice. Which would you rather do?
I'm really sorry. I did really want to come.
There'll be other times.
Okay, have a good night.
Of course.
So you're going to be working with Martha then?
Well, not with exactly, but it looks like she'll be around a lot. Interesting scheme.
Well, if you need someone for this thing of your dad's, I could
That's
still go
fine.
with you if you like.
To be honest, maybe we've taken this we're dating thing a little too far.
But what about your dad?
As well, I expect he can live with it, and I'd rather just stop pretending.
Who's pretending? If you're not interested, then fine. If you don't feel the same
No.
way, that's...
I mean, this is all a bit out of the blue.
I like you, Joseph. Why do you think I turned you down this morning about watching a film?
Well, now I know I will never understand that.
I couldn't be your mate. Spend time with you and go out with you all the time knowing that a mate's all you see me
But no,
as.
that's not all I see you as.
So how do you see us? Could you maybe see us as a couple?
Do you mean, are you sure about this? Really sure?
As sure as I ever am.
Okay, well, in that case, let's bail on this drinks thing. I mean, it'd be deathly dull anyway. A room full of people surrounded, talking about medicine, careers, medicine, or careers.
But
no, let's go out, just the two of us, or better still, stay in.
What, so you're ashamed of me? You don't want to have to spend time with me in front of your family now that it's for real?
No, it's not that, honestly. It's been a long day, and, well, I'm feeling selfish, and if we're gonna do this, I want you to myself. Really. There'll be lots more do's just like tonight's, and I will be more than happy to show you off at them. So, what do you say?
Happened?
Paramedic said he fell or was pushed from a walkway on the Callahan estate. It was quite a drop.
No story from him?
He hasn't regained consciousness.
Looks like he might have been hit as well.
Yeah, well, until he comes round, it's a guessing game.
Glad you could join us, Mr. Byrne.
We have a traumatic diaphragmatic hernia. I wanted you on standby in case we need to perform a thoracotomy to reduce the contents.
Excellent article in the Lancet. Get it out of there a minute.
Ah, thank you. It's just a paragraph, really.
Okay, can you get a swab in there? Try not to tear anything important. Food for thought for the most mentally undernourished. What do you think, Olive?
To be honest, I haven't had a chance to read it.
Let's see if we can get you the talking version so you can listen to it in the car. You're crowding Miss Naylor. Actually, you look wrecked.
Thank you. You're just coming to the end of my on-call rota. Just 8 hours to go.
Everything's back in place. Mesh for Miss Naylor, please. You'll do the honours one. Nicely, I might even propose you for that Surgical Association job.
General Secretary's post.
Yeah, a thankless task, but does sit very well on the CV.
Didn't know there was a vacancy.
Suitable candidates tend to be approached. Actually, you know, if you're interested, you've got to get your application proposed, seconded, and in today.
I'm undecided myself.
Oh, come on, it's made for you. What they say about them, our members are the bright young surgeons of the future.
You're too kind.
Good timing with that Lancet article, too. Patch. Olive!
Sorry.
Wouldn't be much point in proposing you, would there?
Lucy's talking to you again. I tried to explain to him, but
Well, I don't think he's quite got through to him yet.
I'm really sorry.
What on earth possessed you?
Dunno.
You don't. Well, I shall just have to live with it.
I read your article. I didn't understand it, but I read it.
I appreciate the support.
If you've read the papers by Skoltar, and more recently Kester,
Mr. Hope, I was just...
you should be asleep in the on-call room, Mr. Byrne. When you're on call, sleep when you can, because you don't know when you'll next get to sleep, rather than taking up time of other staff. I've asked Chrissy to keep an eye on you. If anyone gives you any trouble, let her know, and we'll deal with it.
Excuse me.
I'm sorry.
He's just being a dad. Mine was the same.
You think so?
Yeah. Well, you know, we all know Joseph is far too professional, even if he did like young girls.
Did you need me?
David McDonald, ITU, I need you to look at his post-op scans.
Very good.
I agree, Elliot. Very impressive.
Yes, I think we have some interesting names there.
What's your father doing here?
Yeah, he's on the selection committee for the Surgical Association. They're meeting tonight. I think it's just an excuse to crack open a bottle of vintage port as they look through the applications, but...
You are going for it, aren't you?
What?
The General Secretary position with the STA.
I wasn't going to, but as I suddenly seem to be Mr. Hope's least favourite registrar, I think my CV might need all the help that it can get.
Really? Well, I couldn't think of anyone better. The job's all about dotting the I's and crossing the T's. You'd be perfect.
Right, and I'm so anally retentive that I'm the perfect man for the job. I see.
I didn't mean it like that, you know I didn't. It's just it takes a certain type of person. When the scans came back, I noticed there seemed to be a faint shadow in the region of the aorta.
It's a mediastinal hematoma.
You sure? I thought it looked like a sealed transection.
Well, it's virtually impossible to diagnose from a 2D scan.
So you don't think it is?
And maybe we should get a more informed opinion.
I'll get Mr. Hope.
No, I'd rather we call Mrs. Beecham down.
She's in theatre. Who else is there?
No one on call.
Well, there must be someone else.
Oh, I suppose there is my father.
We shouldn't bother him if he's busy.
No, I'm sure I could ask him if he could spare a few seconds. And I'll book the 3D scan.
Notoriously difficult to spot.
So it is a transection. Good call, Joseph.
I wouldn't stake my life on it, not without seeing the reconstruction, but yes, well done, Joseph.
I missed it, to be honest.
So it was Elliot. Excellent consultant.
No, it was Jack who brought it to my attention.
A lucky guess.
And you were prepared to let him take the credit. You're a lucky man in more ways than one, Joseph. So, how do you plan to treat the patient?
Yes, no, if we're correct, then the best course of treatment for the patient is rest and keep still.
We'll maintain regular obs and weave a chest drain in place in case the seal breaks.
Splendid. Then you don't need me at all. You make a very good team.
Thank you.
Joseph.
What? You shouldn't be here.
I know, but you have to hear this. I know why Dad walked in on us.
What?
It was Jack. Dad told me Jack sent him to look for me.
Well, why wouldn't she? You'd injured yourself. How could she possibly know what would happen?
Because she knows how I feel about you. I know I was going to kiss you, and she obviously did too.
So it was telepathy.
It's a girl thing. Joseph, trust me. She wanted to get you into trouble.
Martha,
listen
please,
to me,
no,
Joseph.
Don't do that.
I'm trying to tell you, it's not you she likes, it's your name. It opens doors, what at least your father does.
Let go of me, please.
She only does things if there's something in it for
So
her.
I think you'd better leave. If your father catches you here, we will...
If she really cared about you, why would she want to get you into trouble with him then? The whole hospital knows what she's like. Except you.
Martha.
Think about it, Joseph. She's using you.
Get out.
That's what she's doing, though.
Get
she's...
out.
Fine.
Can we up his obs to every 15 minutes, please? Thanks.
Thank you, Doctor. How long is it going to be before he gets better?
3 or 4 days should give the aorta time to heal. We've just upped his obs. His stats are okay, but his breathing's a bit...
We need to talk.
What's all this about?
Look, I need to... Something has been said, and it's just like... When we got together, it was a marriage of convenience.
But that's changed.
Has it? I mean, has it really?
Yes. Why are you suddenly asking all of this?
Sometimes I worry that it is my family that you're interested in particular.
Your father. That's ridiculous.
Is it?
Yes. If I was using you, why would I have been trying to get you to apply for the STA job all day? Look, you're tired. Elliot's been running you ragged since
No,
last
this has nothing
week.
to do with Elliot or anything that went on last week.
Well, then tell me what it is
This is to do with you. It is to do with what you do.
And what do I do?
You couldn't even be bothered to read my article. I gave it to you weeks ago.
Well, I'm sorry, we're busy people.
Yes, it was 2,000 words long. Everybody else read it. Even Martha read it.
Now we're getting somewhere.
What?
She put you up to this, didn't she?
No.
She's 18, smart, and in love with you. Think about it, Joseph. Has she spoken to you about me?
Well,
She's playing a game. The prize is you, and I'm in the way. Look, I know you haven't deliberately led her on. You wouldn't do that. But you don't have to play her schoolgirl games either. It's not your fault. You can't blame yourself or her. She's lost her mum, and Elliot's been away with the
I
fairy.
shouldn't have ignored her feelings. But I didn't want to hurt her.
That's what makes you so special.
I'm so sorry.
Do something, please.
Chest drain's filling up.
I'm sorry.
My seal must have moved.
Let's unhook him. We need to get him to theatre straight away.
Call the anaesthetist. You tell him we'll meet him there. Now, on the count of 3, we're going to stop the suction and look for the bleed. Ready? 1. Okay, inflate the arch. Just clamp. Oh, damn it. Got it.
BP's dropping off the scale.
Okay, yes, let's squeeze some fluid into him, please.
Nice work, Mr. Byrne.
Oh, luckily we knew what we were dealing with. Can I get a clean mask, please?
I'll do that. Are you still undecided about the Surgical Association position?
No. I'm not the surgeon that I want to be. I can't have too many distractions. I have to work at it to be even half as good as you or Sam.
Don't put yourself down.
Who spotted the transection?
It was a lucky guess.
No, I know that a lot of kudos comes with it, but it's not a world I really want to be a part of. Just not that keen on port. You should go for it, though.
Clifford's never going to propose me.
Well, I don't think it specifies who has to propose you, does it?
Well, it has to be a consultant.
Or would a CT one do? I am actually related to one. All we have to do is show him how good you are.
Looks like we have our audience.
Ah, glad you could join us.
Well, it's not often that you actually invite me into theatre, Joseph. So the transection became unstable.
That's right. Now we've clamped the aorta and isolated the damaged section. Miss Naylor here is going to assist me in attaching the interpositional graft. She's going to attach the lower anastomosis, and I will take the upper.
Oh, I noticed that the association has yet to receive your application, Joseph.
Now I have decided to concentrate on the practical this year.
Well, really? Oh, it'd be good. Tradition and all that. I held that post 65 to 66.
Maybe in a year or two.
Well, I'd hope that you'd be a consultant by then, Joseph.
Well, who knows, Dad? Jack, why don't you go up for it?
Would you be interested, Miss Naylor?
I'd be honoured, but I haven't been approached.
Well, I'm sure you'd make an excellent candidate.
I'd like to think so.
I was thinking, might be nice to spend a few days away together.
Like strolling by the creek, sharks lined up at the fish market?
No, I don't mean Dubai.
Or wandering through the gold souk. You not buying anything?
That was work. I was thinking of a holiday. Last week of March. 4-star hotel.
You've already booked?
Mm-hmm. It's a walking holiday.
Walking?
In Yorkshire.
Walking?
Yorkshire's wonderful. Even in the rain.
Walking?
I must see what's wrong with Yorkshire, really. But you'd rather...
Do almost anything else, yes.
Well, you might like it if you tried it.
Excuse me. Thank you.
Right here. I say stop here, you fool! Help!
Are you all right?
That's how you're treated here, eh? Like garbage. Get the garbage out of the way.
Sure that wasn't what was meant?
Dirty. Get rid of the dirt. Oh, I know your lot. Public school, eh? Do as you damn well like. Well, you get away from me. Keep him away from me.
No, I was only moving
Mark
you because
before
you were...
the broom. I saw it in your face.
No, you didn't.
I don't want you. You're the wrong one.
What's the matter here? Joseph?
But I have no idea. I was...
First I'm dumped here and then he comes along.
Dumped? By whom?
Man in a green top.
Porter.
He brings me in, shoves me, and then he clears off.
So the porter just left you here.
Well, I'm sure that we can find out who that was.
Oh, you and your sort can do nothing for me, sunshine.
You seem to have got under his skin slightly.
All I said was that we could...
I know, but nothing is going to calm down while you're around. You'd best leave him to us.
Well, I'm sorry. My mistake.
You're just going to leave it at that?
Well, I think I should in the circumstances. Yes, I think that's what I should do. Thank you.
The name is March. Bruno March. No address. No fixed abode. So now you know everything you need to know about me, eh?
You what? Bruno March, and I'm fairly sure he was on Keller about 9 months ago.
So it'll be in notes, won't it?
There may be notes, but we can't trace them. He could have been using a different name.
Why?
Afraid of being pinned down, I think. Always moving on, being moved on.
So why are we interested?
He's a patient. Isn't that enough?
Not if he just wants to get his carcass in one of my beds, no.
You're a cynic, Mr. Clifford. All he wants is to see someone on Keller.
So you would like me to rearrange my schedule?
Fortunately for you, he wants to see whoever he saw before. He can't remember, he won't say who that was.
I could have a word, if you like. He might recognize me.
Well, thank you, Miss Naylor.
I have a couple of procedures to do here first. Where is he?
He'll be on AAU, I warn you. He's not the easiest patient to deal with.
Cope.
You know that game?
What?
Greasing up the boss. It's only one old man you're interested in. It's not a malodorous dropout on AAU.
Said anything?
About?
The fact that you know me from last time.
Yeah. You've changed.
Haven't I?
And I never thought of you as Bruno.
I know. You called me Magwitch.
What's Jack doing here?
Oh, we've got a patient who wanted to see someone from Keller. So...
Yes, I've already encountered Mr. March.
Oh, he shouldn't even be here. Porter said he was on his way to the hospice and then he got the ambulance to bring him here.
Why?
I don't know. All he'd say was he's got some unfinished business.
Right, I've got to see Mrs. Garland.
Just there. B3.
March is entitled to treatment.
Of course he is, but surely we ought to be careful.
Careful of what?
Completely irrational temperament, for a start. Deliberately engineering things to end up here, rather than at the hospice. And then he asks, demands to see someone from Keller. Why?
I don't know.
Exactly. We don't know. So let's treat him, by all means. But let's treat him with caution.
Okay. Prudent in the circumstances if you didn't deal with him.
We? Who's this we?
Mr. Burns suggested it.
Joseph.
I happen to think he's right. Bruno is an unknown quantity.
Yeah. Okay, I get the picture. Obviously, you're not the one I need to talk to. What do you think you're doing?
I'm sorry?
Taking my patients off me.
You mean Bruno March? Well, yes, I did mention him.
I won't be patronised, Joseph.
No, there was no such intention.
I am responsible for what I do, not you.
Yes, of course, but we don't know anything about this.
We don't need to. I need to know how to treat him. You need to know that he is my patient.
I was thinking of you.
Yes, well, don't. I do that for myself.
I'm not wrong. Where did you get to?
A little admin to sort out, nothing to worry about. You know that... You know you're not a candidate for surgery, Bruno, not at this stage. So it's really about managing the pain
I know. There is something you could do for me.
What?
Get me off this ward. Eh? Somewhere quiet. Just for a wee while. You know what I mean.
Sorry. Ms. Naylor, is she not...
No, not a sign.
Oh, it's unlike her to be late. Not for a career review.
Find her for me, would you please, Elliot? Oh, and tell her that I'm starting my assessment in her absence. Top of the agenda, punctuality.
I'm going to have to leave you for a while. I'm supposed to be somewhere else.
Somewhere important.
To me, yes.
You remember this place? Take it. Look. My glitch. I'm like him. I've got unfinished business.
Oh, careful.
Mind where you're going?
Actually, I was minding where I was going.
Yeah, well, that was lucky.
I'm sorry, I can't really wait. I'm supposed to be somewhere else.
Joseph, you haven't seen Miss Naylor, have you?
No. Why?
She's got a career review. She hasn't turned up.
Right, you haven't bleeped her?
She's not answering.
Oh, she's probably still with Bruno.
Bruno.
Well, she went off with him. Well, took him in a wheelchair.
Went off where?
I don't know. She just took him out.
Right, you didn't think to mention this to anyone. Can you call security, please?
Hang on, let's not jump
This is
to
precisely the moment to jump to conclusions. I did say that he was a character.
She's only been gone 10 minutes.
She wouldn't miss that appointment. She just wouldn't. So please, call security.
Can you...
Again.
Well, possibly.
Have you seen Jack?
Oh, she had a patient on AAU, the one that turned up.
She's not on AAU, I've checked.
Well, she could be anywhere.
Joseph, what's the matter?
Jack's disappeared. No one knows where she is.
Well, I can only assume she's avoiding me.
And so has Bruno March. The man who came looking for someone from Keller, the man you so helpfully pointed in the right direction.
Have you been on to security?
Of course I have. No one knows where they are.
Last time I came in here, it was so I could get away from people. Out of everyone's face.
I remember.
Sanctuary. That's what you called it. Because the ward was crawling with people and I couldn't stand it.
And you still can't?
I still can't. That was the day I found out about the cancer.
No sign. No one down there seen them at all.
Who says they were here just before 5?
And they must have turned off somewhere down this corridor.
What's down that staircase?
Storerooms, offices.
Let's start looking. You check the staircase.
You have to be alone sometimes. I know what that's like.
Yeah. I sat for a while, in the dark, thinking about this story that my Auntie Mary read to me. About a little scared boy in a graveyard. And that is what I was thinking when you came to fetch me back.
I had to do that. They don't like it if patients go missing for too long.
But you stayed to talk about the cancer. The day I knew I was going to die.
I thought you wanted someone to be honest with you.
I didn't want to be on the ward and I didn't want to be on my own. You hear something like that, you want someone with you. Only there isn't anyone. You know what I mean?
Yes.
You ever been that scared?
I I don't think so.
Little scared boy in the graveyard. Next day, you turned up with the book. You brought it for me.
This is the same book?
Absolute same. A book by my side, eh? And someone to talk to. Sanctuary.
And that's why you've come back?
That's why. I felt good here. I've come home to die.
This will help with the pain.
What is it?
Morphine. You can control it yourself.
You'll come back?
Yeah. They'll send for me wherever I am.
Sorry, I can't be easy.
It's a job, Joseph. We all have to do it.
Yeah, but this is different.
No. No different. Look, I talked to him after he'd had some bad news, that's all. Doesn't make me Mother Teresa.
Ah, Miss Naylor, a quick word. You know, I've always considered you to be committed, intelligent, potentially an excellent surgeon.
Thank you.
I wasn't entirely sure it went any further than that. And now I believe it might.
And what's changed?
It's a matter of priorities. I know you had some difficult decisions to make over Mr. March. I think you called right. So?
I assumed that we could reschedule our meeting.
Well, if you think it is still necessary.
I do. You don't know what plans I have.
True. Well, come and find me after you finish for the day. You're married?
No.
Boyfriend?
Yes, sort of.
What does that mean?
I think I'm about to dump him.
Poor bloke.
No. Probably better for him in the long run.
What's wrong with him?
I don't know. He doesn't really know me. He's booked this holiday trudging through the mud in matching cagoles.
Not you.
No. But he can't see that. Anyway, I thought he'd be useful to me, but actually he isn't, so.
Useful?
In my career. You wouldn't like me, Bruno, if you knew me properly. You know why I volunteered to see you? To impress the boss. To make my mark.
They're all doing that around here. Lonely man.
Lonely? Lord Burn.
Look at him. You'll see.
What I see is a step up. Told you I'm not that nice.
What are you going to find when you take your step up?
I don't know.
No. Nor do I.
Thank you.
And what about you? Did you... I mean, is there anyone?
No. I had a daughter.
Had?
A long time ago. I haven't seen her in years.
And what's her name?
Emily. Anyway, her mother took her away.
I'm sorry.
No, she's probably right. I'm an awkward sod. Emily had a rabbit, Ringo.
when she was gone, I looked after it. It was all I could do, really.
I bet you spoiled him.
Best kept rabbit in town. They don't go on forever, though. Rabbits.
No.
That little boy in the graveyard. What'll they put on his gravestone, eh? He came, he went. He made no difference.
They won't put that.
No?
No. You have made a difference.
Will you sit with me for a while? After it's over. When you see that scouser, tell him thank you.
Do you want to come for a drink? Somewhere quiet.
I've got things to sort out.
I can wait.
No, don't do that. Joseph, I don't think it's going to work out. Sorry.
Oh, Miss Naylor. I was just thinking about your friend, Bruno.
You heard?
You may not believe this, but a death like that still somehow take me by surprise. I'm not entirely sure why. Colossal loneliness of the man, perhaps. Something we can all relate to, I suppose. In our different ways. Are you all right?
Fine.
I probably shouldn't say this, but, well, you and Joseph, I'm pleased for you. Both of you.
Thank you.
Joseph needs to relax more, and I think you'll help him to do that.
Well, I can try.
I promised we'd talk, didn't I? But would you mind if we made it another time?
Of course not.
Not in the best frame of mind at the moment.
Sometimes I can't talk to people. Even people who know what it's like. And most of the time I don't want to. I don't want the effort of explaining.
So, what do you do?
I pretend it doesn't matter. Or I go out and walk somewhere where there are crowds. Where they don't know who I am. Joseph, you waited. How sweet.
Joseph, I was just saying you should bring Jack over for dinner sometime.
Yes, of course.
I'll hold you to that. Come on.
What happened? I thought I was...
I wasn't thinking straight. Anyway, I've realised I'm very good for you.
And me for you?
That remains to be seen.
Good night. Lucky fellow.